I don't give a fuck what you have going on in the nicest way. Like, I'm focused on me. I'm focused on what I got going.
Boy, I've been watching you.
Hey mamas, welcome back to another video. It's your girl Shaded by Jade. If you are new here, welcome. So in today's video, we're gonna do a chit chat, no shade with Jade. And I thought that was cute because I used to do no shade with Jade, but I was like, let's make it a chit chat with no shade with Jade. So anyways, because y'all know I'm never really trying to give shade. These are just my thoughts, my opinions, things that work for me, things that I want to share with the mamas to put y'all on. So anyways, y'all know when it comes to a drink, I'ma let the choir say. Anyways, so I know I owe y'all a video. I have not posted a video in a really long time because I know, hear me out. Because I was trying to get some things together. So rolling into the new year, like, it's just some things that I wanted to do, some things that I wanted to sacrifice, just overall to better myself, to better my mind. So as we talked about many times on this channel before, like, social media has really affected me when it comes to my creativity because I'm constantly seeing the same thing because I'm liking stuff, you know, the aesthetics vibes. Like I told y'all, there are different aesthetics, but we see so much of the same cookie cutter stuff that it was kind of like corrupting my mind. I was kind of losing, I'm not gonna say losing myself because I would never get to that point with the internet, but I was losing my creativity. The only way you can really tap back into your creativity is to remove the outside so you can tap into what you really like. See, the thing is, if people are constantly putting out the same content in front of your face, or you constantly seeing people do things, you'll never tap into yourself to see what it is that you really like or what you're creative with. Like back in the day, before we had social media, people used to come up with their creative ideas, maybe looking through magazines or getting outside, seeing other people, socializing to get inspiration. But now it's just at the snap of your fingertips, which is nothing wrong with that. It's actually great for people who come up with the creative stuff. But I think that sometimes you need to take a step back, tap into yourself, and remove like any distractions or remove any recommendations and like tap into what you like. Because if you don't have any outside opinions or if you don't have anything to look at, it's coming straight from your mind. And I think that's how you know it's something that you really like and you really like tapping in with yourself. So long story short, as the new year came, I'm like, you know, I'm listening to a lot of podcasts. It's a podcast that I listen to. I'm gonna put the link in the description, but it's basically about like businesses, how they started it. And this guy, he basically gets people on there and they all have like big business that we know today, like Tatcha skincare, Tatcha makeup, like Uber, Shark Tank. Like they have so many different big businesses that we know, and they get on there and share their story. And I was just motivated. And I hear how some people say that they kind of had to go back to square one. And what that means is like getting back to the root of yourself, like why you started, why you doing what you're doing. So I was inspired by that. So I'm like, okay. Then I was watching like manifestation videos, you know, things that make me feel good. So I'm like, all right, I need to get rid of a distraction. And one of my biggest distractions, I can admit, is Twitter. So I had like a little bit of an addiction with Twitter where I would just be constantly scrolling when I know damn well I could be doing something else, or I'll get on there and voice my opinion. And the bad thing about Twitter is sometimes when you're on there texting, you only have a certain amount of words that you can use because it limits it, right? So a lot of people will see your tweets and they'll take it the wrong way. Then you have outside opinions, and it's like me, I'm like, I said what I said. And then I find myself going back and forth with people. Like, it's not the same as YouTube where I can like explain myself and actually have a conversation about my opinions. And then I thought about it. I'm like, why am I even on here arguing with these people? Or why am I even on here constantly talking about my thoughts and opinions? Like, honestly, I don't want everybody to know what I'm constantly thinking or what I'm constantly doing. Like, I want a little mystery to me, you know? It's always something about the girls with the mystery to them that I just admire. I love it. So I'm like, you know what? So I started writing every morning in my manifestation journal, and I'm gonna share with you guys a video that I listened to about manifestation. It's two of them that I listened to, one in the morning, one at night. And I'm gonna give y'all a quick little story about that one too, because some things had changed within a couple of days just by me listening to these and being intentional. So I'm like, okay. So I prayed about it, and I'm like, you know, God, like, I want to do something kind of like a fast, and I didn't want to just do cold turkey fast. Like, honestly, there's probably never gonna be a time that I absolutely just delete Instagram. But I'm like, because I post my business on there. And by the way, I have on Flawless Berry on my lips, shaded by Jade lip juice. Make sure y'all go and get you some. 20% going on right now on the entire site. Yeah, get into it. So damn, I'm losing my train of thought. Okay, so I had prayed about it. I'm like, God, like, I'm like, God, this is a big sacrifice to me. To somebody else, it might be small, but like, Twitter was my little thing at the time, and I'll be on there talking to my friends and stuff too. So I'm like, all right, God, like, if I removed the Twitter app, right, and I didn't say for a certain amount of days, I'm just going with the flow. And so far, I forgot all about it, to be honest, until I'm talking about it. So I'm like, God, like, if I remove Twitter, like, I need to do something more productive with my time. You know, I just prayed about it, and y'all, it was like weird, because even when I was on the Twitter app, I'm like, I'm not deleting this. It's not that bad. And it's like, no, bitch, you need to delete it. So, because I just kept thinking about it, like, delete it. Like, the thought couldn't get out my head. It's just like I had to make an action. Hold on, drink time. So I just had to make a move on it, like. So I'm like, all right, I just deleted the app. Y'all, I just felt like it was, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, after listening to my manifestation stuff, like, and just being so inspired, mind you, hold on, I'm all over the place, but mind you, when y'all listen to podcasts, I don't watch podcasts, I listen to podcasts, because I don't want to see what these people look like. I just need to hear, I need to stimulate my mind. I don't want to see what they look like, what they have on, because me, I'm very influenced. Like, if I see something I like and somebody got it on, I'm like, oh shit, where'd they get this from? Let me go get it. Like, I didn't want to do none of that. I just wanted to hear these people's story, not judge them. Just kind of like reading a book, coming up with the scenario in your own mind. Try, y'all. Very therapeutic, very healthy for your brain, very challenging, I promise you. So anyways, I'm listening to these podcasts and stuff, and these manifestation videos, and I just felt like, if I remove Twitter, something good is going to happen. Like, it was just, I don't know, I hate to get all religiously with y'all, but I just felt like God was telling me, like, you need to remove Twitter. Like, if you remove Twitter, I will bless you, and not just bless me with materialistics, because those things are really not on my manifestation thing. Like, I just pray for peace all the time, and I just pray for happiness. Like, that's what keeps me going, and just to be like a better mom, like a better person. So I deleted the app finally. The first day I was cool. The second day I was cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I really don't miss it. And the reason why I really enjoy not having the app right now is because I don't see other people's opinions. I'm not judging, because let's be real, with being on social media a lot, it's hard not to judge, and then we don't want to be judged at the same time. So I just feel good. Like, I don't care what nobody's doing. Like, you know, you might say something on Twitter, and you know, people think you're talking about them, but you're not, or vice versa. Like, you could have just got into it with like your cousin or something, and then they go on Twitter talking about some bitches is fake, and then it's like, okay, are you talking about me? Like, just anything. Like, it just feels good not to know what's going on. Like, and even when I'm on Instagram, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna post on Instagram, I'm gonna post my content, I'm gonna post what I want to post, but I'm not on there scrolling. Another thing, going in 2023, I just wanted to go in with the healthier mind. So I've been doing this for years. Like, my friends always be like, oh, you never watch my stories or whatever. And it's like, it's not that I don't want to watch your stories, or it's not that, I don't know, like, I'm purposely not watching your stories. It's just, I really don't watch people's stories. I used to watch people's stories that wasn't my friends, but you know, maybe just people that I know on social media. And then I felt like, ooh, I do not want to see this. Like, I'll get into their stories, and they're just like constantly negative, constantly talking about other bitches, constantly talking about being depressed, how they don't fuck with nobody, how they're like, I don't want to see that shit. So it's like, once you click onto somebody's story, they seen it, you seen it, and then they might feel some type of way that you ain't check on them, or they might, like, just too much weird shit, y'all. I'm telling you, I've experienced it. So, you know, it's just become a habit for me to just, you know, check in on people's stories periodically. Now, when it comes to my friends, I sometimes watch my friends' stories, but I never really watch people's stories. I don't even look at who watches my stories. At one point, I used to, and I seen some girl on TikTok to say, like, to really create your level of like peace, don't look at who is watching your stories. And I was like, why? Like, what's the big deal? And then I see why, because if y'all notice, let's be real, you might have people that watch every single story, right? Because this used to annoy me. If I posted a story and then somebody's watching like the entire story, be the first ones to watch. But when you post a picture, they don't engage, or if you post a picture, they don't comment, they don't like. And it's like, why am I even thinking? Like, you should not even be thinking of these people too much. Like, it's social media. But, you know, we're human at the end of the day. And, you know, those are thoughts that may go through some people's minds. It went through my mind before. And I don't want to think like that. I want to get on there, have a good time, post my content, post my business, make new customers, make new connections. Like, that's what I want to do. I don't care about what anybody else is doing. I really don't care, honestly. And this is just me, a nice way of saying it. Like, I really don't care what anybody else is doing right now. With me removing Twitter, with me kind of taking a step back from being on social media a lot, it really gives me time to focus on me and not seeing what the outside world has going on. Now, don't get me wrong, I do have guilty pleasures like the Shade Room and, you know, those gossip blogs sometimes, because sometimes they be funny. Or, you know, you just want to catch some tea. But when it comes to other people, for real, like, I'm locked in with myself. I don't give a fuck, in the nicest way. So, you know, I'll be like, you know, don't take it personal. Like, I might pop in and, you know, see what people got going on. But for the most part, I really don't care. I don't need any distractions right now. And it feels good to not know what people are doing. Like, back in the day, you really had to call your friends. So that's what I do now. I will text my friends, like, what y'all doing? I don't want to see what you're doing constantly through a story. I want to actually have that conversation where we're talking like, what you doing today? Oh, you taking the kids out? Or they're asking me what I'm doing, and then we talk about new plans, new goals, things that's bothering us. I think that's how you get back to the root of engaging with people and actually having healthy conversations with them, right? Okay. Like, it's all love. That's all. And like I said, if you're one of those type of people that constantly watching people's story, like, boo, 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 and then you always gonna feel like you're on edge, because it's like, okay, I just seen somebody cop a new Lamborghini. I just seen somebody buy a new house. I just seen somebody start a new business. I just seen somebody start a new job. Like, you happy for these people, but it's like now you feel like, okay, I got so much to do. But it's like, you know, move at your own pace. Like, you have goals and stuff, focus on what you have going on. And until you get to a healthy mindset where you can see what other people are doing and it doesn't affect your mood and it doesn't affect like what you have going on, great. But I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet, because like, I will just have posted my business, did some content, feeling good about it. You know, I want to enjoy the moment. I like to be present. And when you constantly seeing new things going on, it keeps you out of your present state of mind, because you constantly feel like what you got to do next. Like, no, baby, be present, be in the moment. And that's another thing that I've been doing for 2023 too. Like, I still do sometimes, like, get so anxious, like, okay, tomorrow I gotta do this, or tomorrow I gotta do that, or I'm about to go here, I'm about to link up with this person, or I'm about to do this, I'm about to do that. And then you just playing out the scenario in your mind that is extremely unhealthy. Whether it's good or bad, it's unhealthy. Like, when you get there, focus on that moment, in that moment. But right now, you focus on whatever you focus on right now. Like, right now, I'm focused on this video. Right now, I'm just rambling. Right now, it's no shade. But yeah, like, I just feel really good. Like, these past couple days was weird for me. I just feel like we're in a really weird space in the world right now. Like, everything is just strange, and I think that has happened since the pandemic. Like, shit just been feeling hella weird. But I don't know, I just feel like everybody needs to kind of like get back in tune with themselves, find a good book. Tying back into the Twitter thing, I have read 48 Laws of Power. If you are an entrepreneur, or if you're somebody that is really into self-reflection, self-development, constantly bettering yourself, 48 Laws of Power is really good. It shows you how to deal with people, how to be a mastermind. I enjoy shit like that, because I'm always trying to figure out somebody's psyche. Like, when somebody do some crazy shit, or when somebody say some crazy shit, I just be like, what's going on in your mind? Like, that's my first thing. Like, what is going on in your mind? And I never like for people to figure me out either. So that's what I really like about the book too. It teaches you that. And in the book, it was one law that I've read, and it was like, never talk too much. And that's what Twitter was that for me. I felt like I was talking too much, and it was like, never talk too much, because you might end up saying something foolish. Like, you ever know somebody that talks a lot? I am a person that loves to have good conversation, but only with my people. I like to have good conversation with people who are my people who I know love me, know me, support me, so that they don't take the things that I say out of context. Because one of my friends actually told me, like, I had said something to her before about a situation, and she was like, what do you mean by that? And I had to explain to her, I'm like, what you mean? What do I mean? Like, that's what I said. And she was like, well, coming from you, that comes off as like really like snobbish or mean because of like, you know, how you are as a person, like you're a prissy type of girl or something. And I'm like, why? When everybody else say it's not a problem, like you wouldn't look at it when somebody else say it, but when I say it, it's a problem. And that just really goes to show how sometimes, depending on how people perceive you, is how they take the things that you could say. You could be the sweetest person in the world, but if you're a type of person that comes off like, you know, that's not my cup of tea, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm that kind of girl. Certain shit is just not my cup of tea. So when I say I don't do something, or when I say I don't eat something, sometimes it may come off as snobbish to people because they are looking at my exterior. They may not know me as a person, so they don't know what I'm really trying to say. And I am like that with other people too, where if they are the opposite of me and they say something to me, I might get defensive. So that's why it's kind of good to not say too much until you really genuinely learn somebody to where it's a comfortable space where they know your heart and know what you are saying. And that was one of the laws, to not talk too much because you don't want to say anything foolish. And that just leads me to really think about how perception is everything. Perception is literally everything, y'all. Like, what I'm saying to y'all, somebody could have the total opposite and be like, no, fuck what people say. Like, you shouldn't give a fuck what people got to say about you. Talk as much as you want. You know, like, it's always hot and cold to everything. And when you really notice that everything is about perception and how people only see things from what level they're at that time, you really stop taking things so personal. I used to take stuff so personal. Sometimes I still do, because I'm like, why would somebody do me like that? Or why would they say that about me? And it's like, in that moment, you can only accept someone for where they're at in that time of their life. They may have not reached a point in life where they notice that perception is everything, or, you know, you could reach somebody that's like at a lowest time in their life and they're like, fuck it, I just hate everything, I don't care, this is as good as my life is gonna get. So when you talking about hustle culture to them, like, yeah, let's get up here, let's do this, let's do that, they probably feel like this is as good as my life is gonna get. That's their perception, because they have not reached a point where they feel like opportunities are endless. And you just have to support them, love them if that's your case, and just accept their way of thinking with respectfully sharing your opinion. I feel like I'm rambling. Am I? I'm not, but perception and not taking things so personal. That's really what it is. And a lot of times we're projecting, which is true. And projecting could be a good or bad thing. Like, when I was on Twitter, I was going back and forth with people because we were talking about that 50-50 thing, and that was just so annoying. Just even keep talking about that. And my personal opinion is, you know, I feel like, me personally, I'm not going 50-50. I'm just not. I'm not doing that. Me personally, I'm not. But I always want to work with somebody. Like, I always want to be with somebody, because as women, we want to know that we have somebody that can provide for us. And, you know, that gives us, what's the word? What is the word I'm trying to use? That gives us security, right? But again, if we are both doing 50-50 as far as pouring back into ourselves and doing what we gotta do, if I ever fall short, I will be able to pick up the slack. It's nothing wrong with that. I think now, because we're in a generation where women are only messing with men for money, and men are only messing with women now to have some type of control or to get clout, whatever, because everybody's using everybody, there's no genuine love for real. So people are not looking at it like, okay, if this person falls short, I'll be there for them. But I definitely do think it's a man's job to provide, protect, all of that. Yes, if you meet somebody and your circumstances is 50-50 at that time, it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that. It's all about perception, and what you agree on is what you will project. Then you have some women that's like, no, I'm not paying for nothing at all. But that's because that's where they're at in life. Maybe they have a man that can pay for everything at that moment. So they feel like, once I got this, I'm not going back to that. It's really nothing wrong with that. It's really about your perception. But I just feel like no matter what in a relationship, ladies, like, I think it's important to pour back into yourself. And it doesn't have to be with starting a business, or it doesn't have to be with having hobbies and stuff, but I mean like pouring back into yourself where you're not getting lost in your man. Because sometimes I think women, when they dating men who do everything and the man is the only person that has some shit going on, like the hustle and the bustle, a lot of us women kind of like fall into that. I seen Jada talking about that on the Impact ATL, and she was just saying, after being with her child's father, like, she kind of lost herself because the focus was on him. And women, that happens to us women a lot of times. Even just with becoming a new mom, you get lost in being a new mom, you lose yourself. But getting back into yourself is like finding that fire, the thing that made you start what you wanted to start, the thing that made you want to be who you are today. And that also keeps your relationship healthy too, by pouring back into yourself, because don't nobody want somebody that's just focused on them 24/7. Like, to be honest, that would turn me off. Like, I need to know you got some shit going on too. Like, and I love that. Like, when my man got stuff going on, and he has a business with his friend. It's called Simply 100, and they have a clothing brand. So when he started that business, like, and him just like expanding their new ideas and stuff like that, it's like cute. Like, okay, my man got some stuff going on, and vice versa. When I have new stuff going on, he loves when I'm explaining to him like new shoots I have coming up, or new ideas I have. Like, that's what keeps it interesting. Nobody wants to imagine going to dinner with somebody and everything is about them. Like, you're just talking about them the entire time. Like, that's fucking boring. Who wants to do that? So no matter what, pour back into yourself. I don't know, I just feel like I'm all over the place, but I don't know, y'all. Like, I just want to tell y'all, 2023, I think every day y'all should listen to a podcast or some type of motivation. Don't check your phone immediately in the morning. I have a bad habit of doing that sometimes, and I notice my day goes totally different if I don't check my phone immediately. So, like, wake up later for a little bit, close your eyes, just think about the possibilities of the day, be present, feel how you feel. I've been taking something called ashwagandha, which has also been helping me with like staying in a good mood. Like, honestly, y'all, ashwagandha, you take it, you just really don't be giving a fuck. You don't. That and magnesium, because we all have a magnesium deficiency. So when you're taking magnesium, it really helps with your mental, your focus. Like, it's so many herbs and supplements out here, y'all, natural ones, to keep y'all in a good vibe. If you struggle with anxiety, ashwagandha is also really good. Try it out. Let me know. I use Goli, and then I use a peach one from Target. So let me know some of y'all 2023 goals. Let me know if y'all try any of this out. Let's do a challenge, y'all. Like, do something big today, something that scares you. Because like I said, I was scared to delete Twitter. I felt like, I don't know, like, am I gonna miss what all my friends is talking about? Like, am I gonna miss certain culture conversations and stuff? But no, because when you link up with your friends, they'll tell you like, did you hear about da-da-da-da? Like, and in that moment, y'all could bond and talk about different stuff. You don't have to wait to be on social media. It just kills everything. I didn't delete my Twitter page, I just deleted the app. So, when I feel like I ever want to get back on there, I will. But I don't want to make it a habit to be on social media so heavy like that. Like, that's not good. I don't want nothing to have that much control over me. So I want y'all to think of something that y'all can remove, pray about it, like fast on it, say, God, like, I want to remove this for this time being, to show you that I am focused on walking in my path, walking in my path with God, walking in your path with just finding your higher self, your better self, becoming better. Give something up, whether that's, you have late night cravings, like, throw all them cookies and shit away. Like, give it up. Talk about it to God. See what thoughts comes to your mind, or talk about it to your higher power or your conscience, whatever you call it. Talk about it. Like, remove something that is kind of bad for you right now and it's affecting your work ethic. Remove it. Also, I wanted to say, on Twitter and TikTok, they was talking about like hustle culture, where everybody should not have to be like hustling, bustling, and struggling and stuff. Like, listen, y'all could agree to disagree with me, but I feel like no, don't overwork yourself at all. But like, setting goals for yourself and working hard at it and staying focused and staying disciplined, you're gonna feel good about yourself. Like, period. It has nothing to do with hustling or just making it about money. It's really not about the money. I feel like every human being needs to do some type of project or some type of skill to better themselves, to expand their mind, to teach themselves discipline. Like, that's really what it's about. And if you're making money at it, shit, why not, right? And also, it's nothing wrong with making money so that you can always have that security for yourself and make sure you're always good. But I really think it's nothing wrong with wanting to be an overachiever and achieving your goals, having grace with yourself, but just also enjoying the process. But like I said, with me just deleting Twitter, like, I had a brand just reach out to me and remind me about some money that I forgot totally about, and I was just like, oh, that was nice, like, you know, that came in handy. And I totally had forgot about it because I had written down some money goals that I had, and I just thought that was pretty dope. Like, I forgot all about this. But let me know what you guys think about this video. Like I said, no shade, y'all. Also, take a break from social media, just period. Tap into yourself. I keep telling y'all are the aesthetic. You create whatever aesthetic you want. If you see an aesthetic that you like, add your own little twist to it. Because I know everybody, we do the whole aesthetics where, you know, we're doing like the coffee and what the fuck we be doing? The get ready with me, the coffee. Listen, I fell victim to that shit too. But add your own twist to it. Like, if you're gonna make those iced coffee videos and stuff, it don't have to be exactly like those videos. Use a pink cup if you want to, because we're bringing the color pink back. Use a pink cup if you want to. Use a sparkly straw if you want to. Use a black cup. Instead of doing coffee, make a hot chocolate, make a latte, make a drink if you want to. Like, switch it up. You don't have to do everything that everybody's doing, because the greatest thing is, if you continue to do what everybody else is doing, you'll never stand out. And again, like, what gave me some motivation that I had thought about is, like, how you treat yourself is how other people treat you. So normally when I get my hair done and I take pictures and stuff, like, I just be really uncomfortable. I don't know why. Like, I don't know what the problem is, but people seem to like you more when you're more confident. How would you expect somebody to respect you and value you if you're not confident within yourself? Even if you're a humble person. Like, because I never be wanting to come off like too cocky or conceited, but it's like, fuck it. Like, I know my heart. People that know me know I'm humble as hell. Like, if I'm feeling myself, show that. So I had got my hair done yesterday and I had edited the video, and I had showed my boyfriend the video, and he was like smiling. I'm like, what the fuck is you smiling at? Like, I'm thinking you like my hair. And he like, no, like, you really feeling yourself in that video. Like, I like that. Like, you could tell you feeling yourself. And I was like, okay, like, I need to do that more often. Start feeling yourselves. You know, it was something with Jay-Z. Like, you know how Jay-Z has been calling himself like the greatest rapper for years, y'all. Jay-Z's been calling himself the best rapper alive, right? And let's be real. The years that Jay-Z initially started calling himself that, they had showed statistics where people were getting Grammys, people was going platinum, people was going gold, and his ass wasn't. Like Jay-Z, I mean, his ass wasn't. Like Eminem, I think Kanye at one point. Like, over the years, these people were the ones that was being Grammy nominated and getting these awards, and Jay-Z ass ain't never got shit. But guess what? He was calling himself the greatest rapper of all time, and we believed him, and we treat him like he's the greatest rapper of all time. Yes, he's an awesome entrepreneur, he's an awesome businessman, he's very smart, he can rap, he's very unique. To me, he's definitely the greatest. But because he was speaking that over himself and, you know, carrying himself like that, it's like we believed him, and we fucking started calling him the greatest rapper or the best rapper ever. So that just goes to show, like, how you talk to yourself, how you treat yourself is how people would treat you and how people will carry you. So I challenge y'all today to talk to yourselves nice and do some things to challenge your mind. Take a break from social media, stay in the present, enjoy the time being, and just focus on yourself. Like, don't care about what's going on in the outside world. In the nicest way, tell people, I don't give a fuck what you have going on. In the nicest way. Like, I'm focused on me. I'm focused on what I got going on. Stay present. Just enjoy each day for what it is, okay? I love you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure y'all comment below. Let me know some things that y'all are going to sacrifice or some things that you're going to do for the new year. And let me know if my tips and tricks have helped y'all. Like, every morning I write in my journal of how I want my life to be in present tense. I used to do this and it works every single time. So I want y'all to try this out. I'm gonna link the podcast that I listen to. I'm gonna also link the ashwagandha that I use. And what else do I have to share with y'all? I think that's about it. Make sure you guys shop shadedbyjade.com. 20% off the entire site for the new year. I love y'all so much, and I can't wait to see y'all in my next video.